are the champion, the one that holds the line and finishes the mission. Everything that you want is within your grasp. You wake up in the morning ready to dominate the day, and every step taken is with purpose and integrity. Because you were not put on this planet to live a mediocre existence. You are here to conquer and make the biggest impact possible, not only for yourself, but for your family and for your tribe. This world is a battlefield, and we will be victorious. This is the Norse Mentality.
What's up, guys? I hope that you are having a glorious day. On this episode of the Norse Mentality, we're going to talk about investing in yourself. Investing in yourself is the most important thing that you can do in your life, except for we invest most of our time and energy and our resources into the wrong thing. I see so many people bragging about how they dropped $500 or $1,000 or $100 or whatever into the stock market, or they want to buy real estate, or they want to do this and they want to do that, and yet they haven't read a book since middle school. They haven't taken any courses. They haven't hired any mentors. They have not done anything to invest in themselves, but then they're going to take their money and invest it into something that they have zero control over. We don't know how to control the stock market. You can't. There are like 0.1% of the entire world that actually understands that. Warren Buffett, people like that. Let them do that. They're the pros. You should take your time and resources and invest that back into yourself, because that allows you to build confidence. It allows you to acquire new skills, and it allows you to do whatever the fuck you want in this life because you have control over that. So as you can tell already, this is a very heated conversation for me, but this is something that I've seen for so long. Because as soon as I got out of high school, I started investing in myself. Actually, in high school, it was the same thing. If I wanted to learn something new about touring or recording or Photoshop or all these things that I used to do in like high school when I was touring in the band and stuff, I was reading books about that. I was talking to people about it. I was doing whatever I could to acquire that knowledge. And then whenever it came to starting Norse, it was reading books about business and marketing, taking courses, spending $30,000+ on mentors. All of these different things allowing me to acquire the skills to build a life that I want for myself, to build Norse Fitness, to start this podcast, whatever it is. But I took that time and energy and the money that I had and I reinvested it into myself. And because of that, I've been able to build a life that I am very proud of because I have control over it. So hopefully this makes sense so far. Does it make sense to you, Cody?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's one of my biggest pet peeves, man. We were just talking about this before we started recording. I assure you that if I get on my phone, open up Safari, go to Google, and type in invest, the main things that are going to pop up are investing for financial reasons, and maybe steps to go about it. That's great. And investing passive income is fantastic, but if you have no direction with it, you are glorified gambling.
Well, here's what people don't understand about that stuff as well. You should never invest in anything that you don't already know a ton about. Why would you put your money into something, into an industry that you know nothing about that industry? When you listen to people that like Warren Buffett and stuff like that are very big in investing, the ones that have actually been very successful with it, Shaq even, the basketball player, he talks about this. Only invest in companies that you know a lot about. If you don't know that industry, if you have not taken the time to learn it, do not invest in it. Why would you put your money into that? So even before we go investing into different avenues for passive income, we have to learn about that stuff. People want to start clothing companies, and yet they know nothing about how to make clothing. They know nothing about e-commerce. Oh, I'm just going to start a e-commerce business and do third-party shipping. I'm going to have passive income. No, the fuck you're not. You're going to crash and burn because you don't know anything about marketing. You don't know anything about building a brand. You don't know this side of the game. And that's what this is. This is a game. You have to learn the game in order to play the game. It's not just a matter of I'm going to take money and throw it at a wall and I'm going to make more money from it. That is a very delusional way of thinking. And when I break it down like that, I hope people are sitting there and they're going, yeah, that doesn't make much sense. Whenever you go, I'm going to invest into this, even though I know nothing about it, you are throwing money down the drain and just hoping for the best.
It's easy to see that when we talk about just normal investing, it's people know, oh, I have to take money, which is currency, and put it into this and hope for more currency. Well, when it comes to investing in yourself and you value yourself and you have self-worth, your time and energy is that currency when it comes to this, and they're the two most important currencies you can be aware of.
That is the perfect way to look at it. Your time and energy is the most valuable currency that you have, because the more that you invest into that, the more everything else in your life is going to improve, including financial. So this whole episode is not going to be about financial, because that's not what the Norse Mentality is about. What we're referring to here is time and energy, investing that in different avenues. So the first thing that I can think of here is developing self-discipline, investing into yourself to develop habits that will get you the life that you want, that will allow you to pursue these goals that you want. The reason that I want to talk about self-discipline first is because we can't acquire anything else until we have self-discipline. If you want to start reading more, well, you have to develop the habit of reading. You have to learn to love how to read. We all know how to read, but we haven't learned to love to read. Whenever you learn to love to read and you do that by repetition and by reading things that interest you, well, then you're moving forward in that area of life. But you can't do that until you have the self-discipline to actually sit down and read a book, which most people do not do. If you want to become a healthier individual, if you want to start exercising, if you want to start eating better, whatever it is, well, you have to have the self-discipline to get into the gym and to eat the right food and not the shit food. If you want to be a better parent, you have to have the self-discipline to stay off of your phone and to be present with your family. If you want to make more money at work, you need to do the same thing. You need to be able to sit down and have enough self-discipline to get into the zone and start banging out some work. All of this stuff is going to move you forward, but until you acquire self-discipline, it is not possible. So time and energy, that's the very first thing. We need to learn we need to value our time and energy above anything else, because that time and energy is what's going to allow us to pursue anything else. And those are two things that we cannot get back. Energy, you can restore energy, but time, we can't not get time back. Time is the most precious resource that we have. And you need to be ruthless with how you spend it. And that's where self-discipline comes in. Instead of sitting here on my phone, scrolling endlessly for hours, doing nothing with my time, I have enough self-discipline to put the phone down and pick up a book, or maybe take a course, or spend time with people that I enjoy that fill me with energy. That's the thing, is the people that you spend your time with should be giving you energy. It's a mutual exchange here. That's why when you hang out with people that are super negative, they drain you of energy. But when you hang out with just motivating, positive people, you leave their presence ready to take on the world. You're fired up. That's getting energy back.
One of the most important things I've done when it comes to this topic is understanding return of investment. And it's a very fine balance when you're talking about time and energy, because you can get into this mindset where, I can't go hang out with these people even though I enjoy their company because I need to do this, and this. There's a balance here with it, and it's one of those things, like you said, if you hang around the right people and you're discussing the right things, that return of investment is easily manageable to justify.
Well, that too, because you're hanging out with people, and through those conversations, fireworks could be potentially going off in your head that could be moving you forward. Like maybe you want to start a new business and you're trying to figure something out and you just have this roadblock, right? So you sit down with your bro and you guys are just talking. And then all of a sudden, through that conversation, either they contribute to it, they give you an idea, or just with you being able to get out of your own head and get those thoughts out, you now have a roadmap available that was not there prior to spending time with this person. So there's definitely good things that can come from it, but make sure that it's actually worth your time. And we don't need to get ruthless with this, like, oh, I'm just going to sit in my house and read 12 hours a day. Like, no, you have to get around people. Like, we're social creatures. Even me as a giant introvert, I know that I need to get around people, because as much as the right people, though.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's the key here.
That's the key here. Like, I can't just go be around a bunch of people where I'm just going to be there like, I hate everyone in this room. Because that's what I used to do. I used to force myself to go to bars and stuff like that, because I knew I needed to be social. And I'd go and I was like, I hate this. Well, then I created a life where the people I'm around are people in my world, which is here at Norse. We have the Norse compound here. I only hire people at Norse that I want to hang out with all day because, well, I have to hang out with them all day. So there's no one that works here that I come in, I'm like, fuck, I really don't want to be around this person today, you know? But that's 100% it, is return of investment here. What am I going to benefit from this? Absolutely. Like this person, even if it's just shutting off for a little bit, but still in a productive way. Like you're just having a great conversation with someone, and because they're such an amazing individual, you're going to get something in return. They're going to fill you with energy. You guys are going to have good conversations. Maybe they can recommend a book or something like that. Or maybe they know someone that knows someone that knows someone that can move you forward and get past this like plateau that you're in. There's so many possibilities there. But time and energy, your most precious resource. Having the self-discipline, investing in yourself, loving yourself enough to be disciplined with pursuing these different avenues that are going to move you forward. I would say the third thing here would be exercise. Exercise is such a huge investment because it is your health. The healthier you are, the more energy that you have. The more energy that you have, the more victories that you're going to stack. Also, when it comes to the way that your mind operates, your mind and body are connected. People, for some reason, have a disconnect there. They think the mind and the body do not play a role with each other, but they do. There's a direct line there. It's called the spinal cord. And they connect each other.
Didn't know if you knew this or not, but
yeah, like there's a whole system there that connects your body and mind, and it is the most vital thing in your body outside of like your heart, right? The healthier your body is, the better your mind is going to perform. The better your mind performs, the more that you're going to be able to navigate through life efficiently. You're also going to be less stressed. You're going to have more confidence because you're getting in the gym, you're crushing it, you're looking jacked, you're looking juicy. You're going to leave out of there dick swinging left and right. Let's go. Let's take over the world. That's what happens when you go into the gym and you exercise, at least for me. I don't know about everyone else, but that's what happens for me.
Well, the name of the game here is longevity. How can I live the best, longest, most functional life possible? And that is your health over an extended period of time. And you do not have that life cramming fast food, cramming alcohol, indulging in all of these easy dopamine
sitting on the couch,
releases.
watching Netflix, ordering DoorDash because you don't want to get off your ass to go down the road to get some food, to actually cook it in your house.
Let's just say that the choice between eating healthy and exercising and not. So eating healthy and exercising, you live 10 years longer in a good quality of life. That alone is enough for me to do it now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even if you don't want anything aesthetic, like some people are not, they're not motivated by aesthetics, which is completely fine. I'm getting to the point now where I'm the same way. Like, yeah, I want to look good, but I don't care about trying to be the biggest person in the room anymore like I used to. Anyone watching this on video knows that I'm very far from it. And that's okay with me nowadays. Whereas before I was very insecure about it. Now I don't give a shit.
I've geared my mind from that. So like my early 20s was definitely more aesthetic based, and I kind of placed my value in myself based on that. And now it's way more functionality purposes. Like, can I do this efficiently? Can I do this and enjoy it? Can I do the things I enjoy and not feel like I'm dying?
And that's where the value comes from. Like I can respect myself a lot more for being able to tackle anything that comes my way compared to just like, yeah, I look good, but I can't walk up a flight of stairs. I want to be able to attack life at full force. And the only way that I can do that is by being as functional as possible. It's hitting the weights. It's getting in the cardio. It's making sure that I'm getting to sleep. It's making sure that I'm eating the proper foods. All of these things allow me to dominate not only the gym, but it allows me to dominate life. It allows me to work at the highest capacity. It allows me to have more energy to play with my kid. Yesterday, me and Genevieve played soccer for 30 minutes and I was running the entire time. And the only reason I'm able to do that is because I take the time every day to get some movement in. Like I only lift weights 3 times a week.
Same.
That's all I need to do. That's all you need to do. Back in the day, I did it more because it was a coping mechanism more than anything. And now it's not as much. Like I do it because of longevity. But then on those off days, I'm still being active. I get in 10,000 steps every day without fail. There's different things that you can do where it's like, yeah, you don't have to go to the gym, but you just need to be moving. You just need to be prioritizing exercise, and you need to be making sure that your health is your top priority, because when your health is in check, everything else is in check. You're going to be in a better mood. Well, if you're in a better mood, the more shit's getting done. We all know this because we've all been depressed. And when we're depressed, guess what? Your productivity absolutely plummets. You don't want to get out of bed. You're just laying there. You got the sheets over your face and you're like, fuck today, fuck life. I'm not getting out of bed. Whereas when you're in a good mood, let's go. There's nothing stopping me. So if exercise and being healthy allows us to just be in a better mood in general, which it does, it absolutely does. Not a single person can argue with that. Then that alone is reason to do it. Because these next things that we're going to talk about, which is continuing education, investing in yourself through continuing education. That's reading books, that's hiring mentors, that's taking courses. We live in the age of information. There is no excuse why you should not be continuing education in some sort of way. The issue here is that so many people think that it stops after high school or college. That's bullshit. You're telling me that you spent, 15, 18 years learning, and then you're going to spend the next 60 not learning anything? You don't think you need to? You think you're tapped out?
That's where you get stuck.
That's where you get stuck, right? And then you have people that are working jobs that they hate because they stopped learning. The more that you learn, the more valuable that you become. You're going to attract a better partner. You're going to be able to get a better job. If you want to start a business, well, you're going to have to learn a fuck ton in order to start that business. If you want to learn about money and how to make more of it, you need to continue education and learn about money. You need to be cramming your head with as much information as possible to move you in the direction of life that you want to go. That never stops.
That's one of the beautiful things about modern technology. Everybody kind of goes both ways with it. Well, like, it's a good, bad thing. It is but that's the principle of life. Where there's good, there's evil, and that's balance.
And too much of anything is bad.
That's balance. But 50 years ago, you had to pay to get information like that. You had to go to a college. You had to at least have access to a library to get that information. And we're so efficient with the internet nowadays that most of that can be learned for free.
In minutes.
You go on your phone, click on an app, do a little search, and the information just shows up.
I did it this morning. I had a random thought in my head. I was like, I don't know anything about this. I went to Google, and within 10 minutes, I know more about it than probably 80% of the population. Within 10 minutes, I learned something that I did not know, and that is going to move me forward with a bunch of different stuff.
I'm a visual learner, so YouTube is I love YouTube.
Oh yeah,
YouTube
same.
is fantastic, and especially the channels. There's one in particular in my head that I watch very frequently, and it's called After School.
Oh, I love After School.
If you're not familiar with After School, the Instagram page is phenomenal. The YouTube channel is phenomenal. But even on YouTube, I've seen a channel recently where a guy has created like how-tos for children that don't have parents. Like, that show them, how to do simple things around the house. And
it's amazing.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
How can you argue that that's a bad thing? Learning has never been easier.
And yet we as a society are probably dumber than we have been in a very long time. I'm not going to say forever because I don't know, but I would definitely say that more people are taking less time to invest in themselves through learning than probably ever. And yet it is the easiest that's ever done. And the reason for that is because they are distracted. We are more distracted than ever before too.
It's very easily to be
by the
distracted
same
on the
thing
internet.
that we could be learning on, our phones, our computers, technology. That's the thing. You have a choice to make. Whenever you are on your phone, you can either be investing in yourself through continuing education, learning about whatever you want to learn that's going to allow you to improve yourself, or you can just be wasting your life away, scrolling aimlessly, doing absolutely nothing and getting zero returns from it. That's a choice for you to make, which goes back to self-discipline, valuing your time and energy. All of these play hand in hand together, right? So the next thing, and I would say this is probably where we're going to wrap this up today, would be meditation. And by meditation, I mean taking time for yourself to get to know yourself. That is investing in yourself.
Connecting
Connecting with yourself, getting to really know what's going on in there, looking at the programming. What programs am I running that are no longer serving me? Because those programs were set by other people in your youth. Well, you're a grown-ass adult now. It's time to evaluate what's going on in there. Well, until you take the time to spend with yourself, away from technology, away from other people, and just really observe your thoughts and your emotions and stuff like that, you're going to be stuck in the same place. We need to look at these patterns that we're repeating that are detrimental towards our success, and we need to figure out how we're going to eliminate them. And it's not that fucking hard. We just have to have the courage to spend time alone. And that's what's crazy to me. I have to say, we need to have the courage to spend time alone. And I understand why. It was difficult for me as well. But it shouldn't be that way. We have to have courage to face ourselves, to just spend time alone. The irony in that is fucking mind-blowing to me. But we have to do that because we are holding ourselves back. Every single thing that you want in life, you can obtain. But the only way that you obtain that is by observing yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, the programs that are running, the patterns that you're repeating. When you see a pattern that's running that is no longer serving you, how can I eliminate this? Okay, this is a bad habit that I have that I picked up from somewhere in my past. Okay, whatever. How do I reinforce it with a positive habit? What is the opposite of this? What can I do here to get rid of this bad habit and start a new productive habit? That's how you make your change.
And, you know, meditation is one of those things nowadays that is watered down, I believe. Everybody meditates. Everybody does this, and this. True meditation and connection to yourself is very difficult, especially when you're just starting out.
I agree, but I also disagree. I think people overcomplicate it. Meditation at the end of the day is just sitting and doing nothing. That's what meditation means. It's the art of doing nothing. That's what freaks people out because we live in such a busy world that they're like, I need to be doing something. I need to be doing something. And that's why it's so hard. And then when they stop moving and they stop being distracted, they go, oh, fuck. I have things I need to work on. Well, I'm going to pick up my phone because I don't want to deal with this right now. Instead of being like, shit, there's things I need to work on. Well, let's continue sitting here. Let's continue walking. That's the part that I think people are confused about. They think that meditation is something extremely difficult. They think they need to focus on their breath. They think that they need to do visualization. They think they need to do this. They need to do that. No. At the end of the day, meditation is the art of doing nothing. And when you put it like that, anyone can do it. My 6-year-old could sit there and do nothing, and that would technically be meditation. Now, you can go walking. You can go ride your bike. You can sit there in silence. You can do all kinds of different things. You can journal. That's a form of meditation. Well, I guess journaling not as much, but either way, no, I would count journaling as meditation for sure.
Depending on what you're writing about, because if it's writing about internal things that you are facing while you're thinking, that's definitely
a form of meditation.
When I go back to what I said earlier, like I think that the idea of meditation where you have to sit there with your legs crossed and your hands in the air.
Oh yeah, no.
Repeat. It's watered down, and that's what I mean. Because
I've heard people using surfing as meditation.
Dude, I do it with
jiu-jitsu,
hiking,
Muay Thai,
and Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Like those. The way I take meditation is how can I connect myself more to myself and learn about myself. It's by those activities.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, all it boils down to is taking the time for yourself to learn about yourself. And that's a weird thing to think about. I need to get to know myself. Yes, you don't know who you are probably because you haven't taken the time to do it. And that's super odd.
It's hard as a person to face.
Yeah, I don't know myself. Well, the reason, but here's, and I hope this like kind of helps bring some relief to people. The reason that this is so hard and the reason that it's so confusing and that you don't know yourself is because your life is ran 95% by your subconscious behavior. You are not aware of your subconscious behavior unless you reach a certain level of self-awareness, which is always going up. But That's the issue here. This is why no one really knows themselves, is because your subconscious programming is running your life. You are not aware of your subconscious programming. That's why it's called subconscious. It's underneath your waking consciousness. Consciousness is being aware. It's being aware of your surroundings. It's being aware of your thoughts and your emotions and stuff like that. That is consciousness. Subconscious is underneath that. That means it's out of your awareness. So, yes, it sounds odd. I don't know myself. But that's how it is. That's how every single person is because we all are ran by our subconscious behavior. But you can reprogram yourself. You can get in there and observe those patterns that are running, those habits that you have, the words that you say, all of these different things that are running your life 95% of the time. Whenever you step back and you observe those actions that you're taking, you can see it. And then you go, oh shit. Oh fuck. I've been doing this for 30 years. Okay, that's not good. What do I need to do to change that?
If there's any motivation to get you to do that, it's what you just said. Would I rather do this at 28 years old or 30 years when I'm 58? Would I rather work on myself now and fix everything that is wrong now? Or do I just wander through life aimlessly for 30 years? And then it hit me when I'm almost 60 years old. Maybe I should fix this shit. You just wasted 30 years of your life.
Exactly. This is the most important work that you can do. Making money, going to the gym, every single thing that we prioritize over the inner work is the opposite approach that we should be taking. Doing the internal work will move you forward more than anything else. You want to make more money? Well, the reason you're not making more money right now is because you have an internal block and you have a way of thinking about money that is holding you back. Something in you might think that money is that there's only that's scarce, right? Like, oh, there's only so much money and I can't go get that money. That's bullshit. There's an abundance of money. They fucking print it every day. And at this point, it's just a number on a computer screen. There's infinite money out there. You just have a money block that is preventing you from going to go get it. Okay, I can't exercise. You're holding yourself back there. You have a internal block that is stopping you from getting your ass into the gym. I have an addiction to bad food. Okay, you have a block in there in regards to eating healthy. Well, let's fix this shit. Let's fucking do the work. Let's go in there. What's going on here? Let's observe our thoughts and our behaviors. And whenever we can pinpoint something that's holding us back, great. Let's work on that. But that's what investing in yourself means. But we think that we should be investing in the stock market and we should be investing in real estate and we should be doing this and we should be doing that. No. Investing in yourself is what moves you forward in life. You want to start a business? Invest in yourself. Take the time to learn how to do this business that you want to start. Learn the ins and outs of it. Get your ass into the gym. That way you can be healthy and you can have more energy. That way you can pursue life at full force. That's the only way we do that. We don't pursue life at full force by sitting our ass on the fucking couch, watching Netflix and eating an extra large pizza every night. No, we get our ass into the gym. We lift the fucking weights. We go for the run. We get in there. We do Muay Thai. We do Jiu-Jitsu. We go on hikes. We're making sure that we're healthy. That way we can attack life. We take the time to continue education. That way we can learn about things that we currently do not know. And the reason that we are not moving forward is because we don't have enough knowledge in this yet. The reason that we lack confidence to move forward in this endeavor that we really want is because we don't have the knowledge to do it yet. Then go fucking learn it. You live in the age of information at your fingertips. Get your ass off Instagram, go on YouTube, go to Amazon, go read a free blog. There's zero excuses here. And I know I'm fucking heated up right now, but this is the most important work that you can do. And I'm saying all of this from a place of absolute love. Because I want every single person listening to this podcast to have the best life possible. And you do not get that by investing in external things. You only get it by investing in yourself and fixing yourself. That way you can be the best version of yourself.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Norse Mentality. This podcast is a byproduct of Norse Fitness. We make clothing, fitness accessories, supplements, and other tools to help you reach your true potential. You can check it out at norsefitness.co. And if you found this episode beneficial, please share it with a friend. That way we can continue to make a bigger impact and change the world. Thank you for your support, and we'll talk to you soon.